Ladies and gentlemen, today something completely different and something I feel has never been done properly. This is going to be a definitive tutorial on the Rockstar Editor. Now this thing is for everyone, whether you'd like to create snapmatics, Rockstar Editor clips, funny moments, give a little bit of an extra touch to your commentary, or full-blown machinima in movies, it doesn't matter. And the best thing about this is you don't really need anything to get started. If you're on console, you can start editing and uploading it directly to YouTube, so really anyone can start creating content and build an audience on YouTube with it. So at first the Rockstar Editor looks like a pretty scary thing, and I remember when I first loaded it up in GTA 4. Back then there were no tutorials or anything. I was intimidated for sure. But after a while I got my head around it, and here I am today using it nearly on every one of my videos. Now here's the deal, since anyone can do it, loads of people have different ideas what they want to do with it. So for this particular video, this will be an overall tutorial, just talking about what it is, what, and what it's used for. The next video or videos will be how to create, for instance, a car showcase or a machinima or a short story, a silent film, nature, anything you want to create really. Now I'm not sure if anyone actually wants to see this, so be sure to leave a like and a comment with what you'd like to see and what you'd like to do with the Rockstar Editor. If this thing kind of gets a little bit of traction and gets a few views, I will also feature Rockstar Editor videos on my channel, which you guys created in this series. So tweet at me what you created. Also, I'd recommend loading up GTA 5 and doing it alongside with me. That way you'll learn the fastest and you get your head around it the fastest. So pause the video whenever you feel like and you're good to go. So let's begin. So before you do anything in the Rockstar Editor, you need to record a few clips. You simply do this by holding down the D-pad, press A on Xbox or X on PS4 or F1 on PC. Then you start recording. You can also select flash recording, which you cannot keep on at all times. The moment you press record then, you'll have the last 30 seconds saved. To get started, I'll record a simple getting in the car and driving away. I'll record two separate clips for that. It's easier to edit short clips. The longer they are, the longer it takes loading them up in the Rockstar Editor, and the more of a pain it is to trim them down. So I always recommend recording short clips, whatever you do. So now we have two clips. Let's dive into the editor. Create a new project. These are the two clips we just recorded. Select one, and here you find your timeline. The timeline is basically the order that the edited clips play. Place the first clip on the timeline and press A to start editing the clip. The first thing you'll see is this menu. You'll have cameras, depth of field, effects, audio, speed, position, set thumbnail, and transition. For the sake of this length of this video, we'll just be covering cameras in this specific tutorial. In the next episode, we'll be talking about more advanced stuff like depth of field and how to use effects and transitions properly. If you click on cameras, you'll get a few basic angles like the front, back, top, and your standard game camera. And you can also add different sorts of camera movements through the shake menu. For now, we're going to create 3 different shots out of this one clip. 1, a handheld shot of the car. 2, a shot of our character walking towards it. And 3, a shot of him breaking in. We'll use 3 different techniques. I really recommend doing it alongside with me and pause the video whenever. That way you really get the hang of it the fastest and you know what I'm talking about. The handheld shot. Select free camera from the menu. This camera will allow you to move around freely. For this shot we'll use the smooth blend. This will make it so that the camera will transition between multiple markers in a smooth way. I see loads of people using linear blend for something like this, and that should be penalized by death. I feel like makes you feel like you're in a goddamn pinball machine. I'll give you a quick example. So we'll begin by adding camera shake. Level 3 on the first marker and add some smooth blend. No blend ease. Blend ease will make the camera slow down in between markers. It doesn't look that good. If you do this on the first marker you place down, the markers that follow up will have the same properties, so they'll all have smooth blend, no blend ease, and a level 3 camera shake. Now place down 3 other markers and space them out roughly the same by simply playing the clip and pressing A. place them roughly the same as I did. If you followed my lead, you already placed down the first marker and it is on 1.5 zoom pointing towards the front of the car. Now you want the last marker to point at the back of the car, still at 1.5 zoom. Then start placing down the middle markers and aim them in the correct way. Like I said, smooth blend will make the camera go from marker to marker and angle to angle in a smooth way. So you have something like this in the end. Save the clip and place down the same clip again. We will be using linear blend and go for an easy pan shot from behind the car. You'd want to have the beginning marker at roughly where your last clip ended. If you don't do that, it makes it look like your character is warping through time and space going back and forward. If you don't get the continuity right in your videos, it makes it look pretty shitty. Zoom in the camera roughly around 2 times. Again, don't go below the 1.5 zoom, it makes it look like the camera's in a bubble and nearly never works out. Place the first marker behind the car. I placed down the second marker so it's right there next to the beginning one. Line up your end marker with the marker you just placed by dragging it, and delete the marker you placed so you have 2 of them. No camera shake, this is just a straight up pan. Save the clip, move over to the next one. The last shot we'll create is a really fun one. It's a typical Rockstar shot, which they use all the time in their cutscenes. It's a little bit harder, but a lot of fun to create and it looks fantastic. So you start off with smooth blend, handheld camera shake, and leave that bad boy on 5. We'll have the camera make a very simple pan from point A to point B, but we're gonna add some flair to it. So the beginning and final marker will simply go from A to B. Then simply place down markers roughly around the place you see in the video, around the same times I did here. So 2 pretty close together, a little bit of space in between, another 2 pretty close together. Now for the 2 right there in the middle, you want to zoom in around 3 times. And instead of adding 5 camera shake, add 7. It's pretty easy, and like I said, it's something Rockstar does all the times whenever something intense happens in their cutscenes. So you have something like this. Now this is what we got so far. If you did it alongside with me, be sure to tweet your end results and I'll feature a few of your shots in my next video. I was gonna add the moving shots of the cars and whatnot to this tutorial as well, but that will make this video way too long, so I'll leave it at here right now. If you enjoyed and would like to see more, let me know in the comments down below and be sure to leave a like, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Sonny Senpai is out!